Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a top 10 Hammer Films list. Now, this is inspired by Bryn from Horror Hands. I'm going to put his links down below. Definitely check him out. He's one of the nicest people on YouTube. He has amazing videos, and I always enjoy watching the different type of stuff he comes up with. Alright, this is the backdrop here. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Die, Die, My Darling. Now, I reviewed this a little while ago, even though I had seen it before, for Multipack Mania, which is not around anymore. But I really like this film. It reminds me of another movie that I really enjoyed called You'll Like My Mother. It's about a woman who, her husband died. And she does have another fiance, but she goes back to where her husband lived with his mom in order to kind of pay her respects and just, kind of put that part of her life to bed, sort of. And she ends up getting taken prisoner there by her son's former wife. Yeah. So it's a really good movie. I definitely recommend it. Seen it a couple times, and I really do enjoy it. That is Die, Die, My Darling. Coming up next is Vampire Circus. Not the greatest vampire movie, but I used to watch this a lot when I was younger, and it's just a ton of fun. And I'm not the biggest vampire fan, but you're going to see some vampire movies on this list, because I do believe, other than the Universal movies, Hammer did them the best. So, and that was Vampire Circus at number 9. Number 8, oddly enough, is Bryn's number 1. Check out his video anyway, because he has a lot of really cool ones in there. But this is The Devil Rides Out. I liked this more the first time I saw it, and I still do like it. I just don't like it as much. This is something a little bit different for Hammer at the time, because this is like a Satanist, devil-worshipping type of movie, and they didn't really have many of them at the time. This might have been the first, actually. Definitely check this one out. Scream Factory did a fantastic job with this, and it has Christopher Lee. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? And that is The Devil Rides Out at number 8. Coming up at number 7 is Countess Dracula. I am a huge Ingrid Pitt fan. She is one of my crushes. She's just a beautiful woman, and this is a very good tale of Dracula, just as a female, kind of, yeah. Really good. I always liked Ingrid Pitt, and you'll be seeing her again in this countdown. Hint, hint. Yeah. And that is Countess Dracula at number 7. Number 6 is the third of the Karnstein trilogy, and that is Twins of Evil. This is a fantastic film. Peter Cushing, can't go wrong with that, and the twins are just gorgeous. Now, I have the first one, which is Vampire Lovers. I don't have Lust for a Vampire. I haven't heard great things about it, like it's the weakest of the bunch, but eventually I guess I'll get it. But this movie it's just fantastic. Beautiful women and awesome gothic scenery, as only Hammer could do it. And that is the Twins of Evil. Coming up next is the Phantom of the Opera. Now, this is my favorite Phantom of the Opera. I do like Robert Englund's. Of course, I like the original, the Universal Phantom of the Opera, but this is my favorite. It just has a lot to do with the scenery and the music, and it doesn't dilly-dally or lollygag. It gets right to the point, and you don't have all that filler in the middle. It's a fairly short film. I mean, it's like 85 minutes, but it's a very effective 85 minutes, and I love the sewers that he's in. It's so cool. And that is the Phantom of the Opera. Coming up next, I believe this made Bryn's list as well, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. But The Mummy. Now, I had seen this a few times, But I did watch this with Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies. It was his first time. We watched it together, and he absolutely loved it. And it was really neat being able to see it through his eyes for the first time. I love The Mummy. It's actually my favorite Mummy. I don't know if he feels the same way. I do like Boris Karloff's The Mummy, and of course Brendan Fraser. That trilogy was really cool. It's a little dated now, but it's pretty cool. But this is, in my opinion, the best, and you get the most Mummy action, in my opinion. So yeah, The Mummy. Awesome. Coming up next, and I was trying to get every format that I own, is the Heart of Dracula. This had to make the list. This is Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing at their absolute best. I do have this on DVD as well, but I really lucked out and found a bunch of Hammer movies at a thrift store one time, and they were all pristine, just like this one. I mean, this has hardly any marks on it at all, and I bought them right up. But yeah, this is my favorite Dracula movie. Scars of Dracula is pretty close to this one, but I do love this one a lot. And Scars of Dracula would have made it, but I only wanted to do one per franchise. Alright, coming up at number 2. This may be a surprise to some people, but it is Hands of the Ripper. They only did one Jack the Ripper movie, which is very surprising to me, since it's a UK company. But boy, did they do a fantastic job with this one. This movie is a slasher movie. And slasher being my favorite subgenre of horror, I just love this movie. I can't get enough of it. And the story is really neat to this. I'm not going to say what it is. If you've never seen it, I think people who like slasher movies definitely should watch it. People who like... It's got a taste of the supernatural as well. So if you like supernatural films, you'll like this as well. Really cool. And that's Hands of the Ripper at number 2. And at number 1, I told you you'd be seeing her again. This is my favorite Hammer movie. It has been for a very long time. It probably always will be. But The Vampire Lovers. Like I said, Ingrid Pitt is beautiful. This is a really cool vampire tale, and which surprises me the most when I went to make my list, because I do have other Hammer films that are not on this list. I am not the biggest vampire fan, but this is heavy with vampire movies. Like I said, Hammer did them the best, in my opinion, other than, the original Dracula from Universal. But yeah, Hammer did them the best, in my opinion. And that is The Vampire Lovers. Now, this did go out of print, but Scream Factory brought out a collector's edition. God, I love it when they do that. Yeah, so it is available now, and you can probably get it with a slipcover. This never came with one, but I'm fine with that. A little on the bitter side, but you know how it is. Yeah. Vampire Lovers is awesome. HammerFilms is awesome. Thank you, Bren, for being patient with me. I wanted to do this, but I wanted to do it right, and I wanted to give it the proper attention. And some of these movies I actually watched again just to make sure they fit the bill and made my list. So, again, thank you. If you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.